אילנה, את יודעת מה זה לפתוח מקרר? שאנשים יחשבו טוב טוב בבית כשהם פותחים מקרר, זה עולם ומלואו. זה עולם ומלואו לפתוח מקרר. המושג הזה בכלל, של אדם חופשי שיכול לקחת משם פרי, או ירק, או ביצה, או מים, פרוסת לחם. על זה אתה חולם כל יום. לא אכפת לך מהמכות שאתה חוטף, ואתה חוטף מכות, ושוברים לי צלעות. לא אכפת לי. תן לי עוד חצי פיתה.
Reporting from JerusalemForEndTimes.com, this is Brian Schrauger. The first phase of Israel's ceasefire agreement with Hamas is complete. According to that agreement, Hamas was obligated to return 33 hostages kidnapped from Israel on 7 October 2023. As of last Wednesday, 26 February, all 33 returned to Israel, 26 alive, 7 murdered bodies. In return, Israel released close to 1,000 criminals, virtually all of them to the Palestinian territories in Judea and Samaria, not Gaza. After the diabolical drama orchestrated by Hamas in the return of Shiri Ariel and Kafir Bibas's bodies on Thursday, 20 February, Israel threatened to not release any more prisoners. That threat, combined with Western condemnations of the Bibas murders, was met with an unsurprising chorus of dissonant objections by Hamas. What Hamas actually did, however, was release the final 4 hostages, all of them murdered, in the middle of the night on Wednesday, 26 February. They were 69-year-old Itzhak Elgarat, who was a groundskeeper and maintenance supervisor for Kibbutz Nir Oz. Kidnapped on 7 October 2023, he was murdered by Hamas while held captive in Gaza. Zaki Idan, 50, was also kidnapped on that day in October. During the Hamas massacre, his 18-year-old daughter Mayan was murdered. His wife, Gale, had refused to visit their daughter's grave until Zaki could go with her. Now, instead, he is buried next to Mayan. At 85 years of age, Shlomo Mansour was the oldest hostage taken by Hamas on that Saturday in Israel, that many now call Black Sabbath. According to forensics, he was murdered that same day. Hamas has held his body ever since. A resident of Kibbutz Kisufim, Shlomo was a grandfather figure. Ironically, he was also a survivor of the Farhud pogrom in Baghdad on the first and second day in June 1941. More than 100 Iraqi Jews were murdered in that pogrom, 1,000 were injured, and 900 Jewish homes were destroyed. Shlomo survived the Farhud pogrom in 1941, but was murdered by the Hamas massacre of 2023. Ohad Yahalome, 50, was an Israeli-French citizen who, with his family, was living in Kibbutz Nir Oz. When Hamas terrorists invaded his home, he, his wife Batsheva, and their 3 children hid in the home's safe room. Because the door handle was broken, they could not lock themselves in. Ohad defended his family with a handgun, but to no avail. His wife and daughters escaped their kidnappers, but his son, 12-year-old Eitan, was out riding his bike when the attack occurred. Captured, he was held hostage where he was subjected to psychological torture and physical threats. Thankfully, Eitan returned home as part of the first release of hostages in November 2023. In the weeks since hostages were first released under the current ceasefire, a few have come forward with accounts of what happened to them while being held captive in Gaza. One of them, Emily Damari, has recently completed a series of complex surgeries from injuries inflicted by Hamas terrorists on 7 October when she sustained gunshot wounds to her left hand and leg. She was treated by a surgeon in Gaza who called himself Dr. Hamas. Emily recalls that day. "They took me into the operating room," she said, "and right in front of me was a corpse. I looked up and saw the blue sky that should have been gray on such a day. I prayed to God to watch over me. When I woke up, Dr. Hamas told me I had lost 2 fingers and my leg wound was left open with only 4 stitches instead of 16. Today, after 17 months, I finally get to replace Shifa Hospital in Gaza with Sheba Hospital in Israel and receive the treatment I deserve. I am at peace with my injury, truly at peace. I know there's still a long road to recovery, but this time I'm surrounded by family and friends who love me, and that's what really matters. I'm proud of my disability, and with it, I will win." If you are not yet a subscriber to endtimes.com and would like to see all of this important report and others like it, I urge you to subscribe right now at the website endtimes.com. For only $7 a month, you will receive a wealth of information and insight from Jimmy Evans, Mark Hitchcock, and experts from around the world, including Israelis living right here in the Jewish state. Do yourself a favor. Sign up today.